Hello everyone, this is Rishabh Singh. I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. Today I'm going to talk about the types of jurisdiction. The term jurisdiction is not defined in the Civil Procedure Code 1908. The word is derived from the Latin term juris and dicto, which means I speak by the law. The jurisdiction is always granted by legislature, but the power to determine the jurisdiction rests in the superior courts. Two meanings of jurisdiction can be analyzed. The first is the authority or power of a court to entertain and decide on any judicial proceeding, and the second is the area over which the power of the court extends. By jurisdiction is meant authority by which a court has to decide matters that are litigated before it, or to take cognizance of matters presented in a formal way for its decisions. The limits of this authority are imposed by statute or charters or commissions under which the court is instituted, and may be extended or restricted by similar means. If there's no restriction or limitation that is imposed, the jurisdiction is said to be unlimited. A limitation may be either as to the kind of nature of the actions of or the matters of which a particular court has cognizance, or the area to over which the court extends, the jurisdiction of the court extends, or it may partake of both the characteristics. Coming to the types of jurisdiction, there are several kinds of jurisdiction. The first is civil and criminal jurisdiction. Civil jurisdiction is that which concerns and deals with disputes of civil nature, and criminal jurisdiction, on the other hand, relates to crimes and punishment of offenders. The second is territorial or local jurisdiction. Every court has its own local or territorial limits beyond which it cannot exercise its jurisdiction. These limits are fixed by the government. For example, a learned district judge has to exercise jurisdiction within his district. Again, a court has no jurisdiction to try a suit for immovable property situated beyond its local limits. The third is pecuniary jurisdiction. The Civil Procedure Code 1908 provides that a court will have jurisdiction only over those suits that amount or value of the subject matter of which does not exceed the pecuniary limits of its jurisdiction. Some courts have unlimited pecuniary jurisdiction, for example, high courts and district courts. For them, there are no pecuniary limitations. There are certain exceptions, like West Bengal courts of civil judge and junior division have limited pecuniary jurisdiction, but courts of civil judge senior division have unlimited pecuniary jurisdiction. The fourth is jurisdiction as to the subject matter. Different courts have empowered to decide different types of suits. Therefore, certain courts are precluded from entertaining certain suits. For example, a presidency small cases court has no jurisdiction to try suits for partition of immovable property, while only the district judge or civil judge can hear the suits in respect of testamentary matters. Fifth is original and appellate jurisdiction. Original jurisdiction is conferred upon a court of first instance. In the exercise of that jurisdiction, a court of first instance decides suits, petitions, or applications. Appellate jurisdiction is the power or authority conferred upon a superior court to rehear by way of appeal, revision, etc., of causes which have been tried by courts of original jurisdiction. Municipal courts, courts of civil judges, small cause courts have original jurisdiction only with district courts. High courts and supreme courts have original as well as appellate jurisdiction. The sixth is exclusive and concurrent jurisdiction. The exclusive jurisdiction is that which confers sole power on one court or tribunal to try a case. No other court or authority can render a judgment or give a decision in the case or class of a case. Concurrent or coordinate jurisdiction is jurisdiction which may be exercised by different courts or authorities between the same parties at the same time and over the same subject matter. It is therefore, we can say, open to litigant to invoke jurisdiction of any such court or authority. The seventh is general and special jurisdiction. General jurisdiction extends to all cases comprised within a class or classes of cause, while special or limited jurisdiction is jurisdiction which is confined to special, particular, or limited cause. And the last is legal and equitable jurisdiction. Legal jurisdiction is jurisdiction exercised by common law courts in England, while equitable jurisdiction is jurisdiction exercised by equity courts. The courts in India are courts of both, like the both illegal and equitable jurisdiction, law and equality. So this was all about the topic. Thank you so much.